Good afternoon. It's April 18th, 2024, and today we had a range day. Uh, Not really much to say about it. This big move down, you could have gotten in on, and actually the big move up, you probably would have just scalped out with your profits. So let's take a look. Um, Prices just kind of flip-flopping. I don't I don't really think there's a way to get in on this move down, especially if you're going for scalps. Maybe you jump in on this lower high, but I don't think you want to scalp that. I think you just want to swing to the lows or to this close from yesterday. That's what I was looking at. Uh, and when it did go down here, I like putting my stop when you get these big moves above every bar. And that turned out to be a really good strategy right here. I got a little nervous, like it was going to go further down, but it ended up being pretty much perfect, 55. So you get about 12 points if you do that. But anyway, so the breakout fails, and you get a second entry long that also kind of looks like a failed second entry short. So that's a great entry. Maybe you could probably buy these bounces, but that just looked. It looked like we could like go sideways here, which I guess we did go a little sideways, but we went higher. This looks like a pretty solid entry, and it kind of looks like a second entry long, and it kind of looks like it's at the bottom of a range, so I think that's reasonable. Back to the top of this range, boom, back to the bottom, higher, low, failed second entry short. I like that. Good signal bar. Unfortunately, it looks like you're in the middle of this range, but you're at the lows of the larger range for the day. And so that's why I like that one. And we kind of formed this spike and channel up. And unfortunately, I didn't really see any way that I like to jump in for scalps. For swinging, obviously you can buy at the low of the channel. Yeah, but no scalps. So we get this break up here, move to a new high, double top, and unfortunately no good signal bar again for scalps. But when we form this like double top here, I think it's worth considering going short here. You get sort of a two-legged pullback here, but it's not clear what's happening at this point. Clearly there's resistance here, so that I'll have to mark this one. That's a second entry short right there. Ends up being a good move. Overshoot leads to a break. And this is technically not a second entry short, but this looks like a second entry short off the trend line. All these buyers are trapped. I like that one. And you can see that forms a sort of spike and channel. And we get an overshoot of this. And then I believe what happens here is we just hit the midline of what would be the measured move, and that's where we found support. And you get a big up, big down, and that typically leads to a trading range. And that's what happened here. And you get a second entry short right here, and then a lower high. I like that move. And then we're just going back and forth sideways. And technically, this is a second entry short. But you might be in the middle of a range. This one's worth considering. It's just a lower high. And that's a second entry short, or second entry long right here, so maybe you consider that one. And that brings us to the end. Market closed in about half an hour, so a lot could happen. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So another bear bar. Looks like it's slowing down a little, but you know that doesn't mean anything. We could sell off to close this gap right here, 49.05. Just a thought. So I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.